Hi, my name's Dave and thank you for tuning in to New Prepper UK. This is my second video to follow up from the first one, which was my car winter kit slash get home bag slash, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, just a bag where I keep stuff that will help me keep warm and safe should I get stranded out during the winter months. In that video I showed you one of these, which is a little homemade kindling set. Inside here what you have is obviously an outer bag, which is just a freezer bag, waterproof, nice and easy, relatively cheap. Then you have an old used loo roll tube. Then covering each end of that tube we have just 2-ply kitchen roll, 4 sheets in total, 2 in both ends. I also have these, which are wax dipped matches to increase the waterproofing. That's all bundled up in an elastic band to keep everything nice and neat. And this stuff, rather grim looking stuff, is dry lint, super dry, lovely stuff. Mixed into there is wax chippings or shavings and broken, splintered matchsticks. It's just a little cheap, really easy to put together kindling set. Obviously keeps nice and dry thanks to the plastic bag. I have used a couple of these just to test them out to make sure I got it down right, and from testing it I found that I needed to add some wax just to increase the burn time of it, and obviously the matches just to help again with the increasing the time that it's lit for. I used it in the dry the first time, which I got some info back, so I added the matches. And I used it in the wet and I found that it wasn't quite right in the wet, so I added the wax and it increased, you know, how well it worked quite massively. So I've then used that since. In raining conditions, obviously this kit is dry, but in raining wet conditions I've been able to get the tinder underneath the kindling dry and burning just with this, using just a fire steel, a couple of scrapes of the fire steel, got the sparks onto here. This took it nicely, and obviously what you would do is just rip this open, fan it out flat, put this underneath, that on top, then you just strike it a few times or use one of the matches, get it burning nice, and it'll get burning nice and hot very quickly. You then just rest that on top of your small pile of kindling, tinder, and it'll just heat it up really nicely. You can add a bit on top and it'll get going really quickly into a nice warming fire for you. As with everything, practice is key. This works for me, it may not work for you, that's fine. Adapt it, change it, do what you need to do to get it working for you, and get practicing. You know, these are relatively cheap. I mean, it's 4 sheets of kitchen roll, 4 matches, some lint that go in the bin, wax shavings from those really cheap little tea lights that you can get. A box of matches is less than £1, and a loo roll which you would just chuck out once you've used it anyway. So it's, you know, it's just a bit of homemade piece of kit, really cheap, that could you know, save your life, help you out, whatever you need to use it for. Again, as always, if you have any questions, comments, please put them in the box below, and as always, like, comment, share. Thank you very much. Take care.